Let's talk about this section right here now. These are inputs, and we've already talked about how all the inputs are coming in on this left side. So every input that we have coming in this board can be found on this left side in one of these layers. So why would we have some of those inputs over here on the right side? Well, the reason is to make it more efficient and quicker to mix during an event or service. So what we've done was we've looked through all of the inputs over here on the left, and we decided which ones are used frequently, and then we just took a copy of those and put them right over here on layer A. And that allows us to spend the vast majority of the time during a service or an event on layer A on both sides. So by having these channels at our disposal right here, then we can spend less time searching through the layers to find what we need. It's just, they're very quick to access, and so most of the time we're right there. It just makes mixing much more simpler and much more efficient. So let's just really quickly go over what we've chosen to put here, this little custom section. Over here on the far left we have, this is our computer that's over to my right. We use that for pre-service music, we use it for special songs, we use it for videos. So it makes sense to have quick access to those channels, so we put those right there. Next to that we have the music minister's singing microphone, so we obviously want quick access to that. Next to that we have the room mics, which are picking up the congregation. Now these are not picking up the congregation to play in the speakers here in the sanctuary. This is only for online. But the reason why we've put it here is because at the end of a service, people will go forward and pray, and sometimes they will be really close to these mics, and the last thing we want to do is to broadcast their private prayers to the world. So we want to be able to mute and unmute that very quickly. We also want to have control of the volume. Let's say that during a service there's a moment where everyone's singing together or everyone's clapping, and we really want to boost that or capture it. We want quick access to it, so that's why we have that on there. Next we have the music minister's lavalier mic, his lapel mic that he wears on his shirt or jacket. This is what he uses to communicate with us up here, so we need to have quick access to that. Next to that is the microphone, handheld microphone that we keep in front of the stage. At the end of a service, if somebody in the congregation wants to go forward and accept Christ, surrender their life to the Lord, or they want to ask for prayer or join the church or whatever the reason may be, this is the microphone that they will probably use, so we want quick access to that. Also, if the pastor's microphone, if his headset goes out, he may grab that microphone and use that to finish out the service. All right, next to that we have the host mic, which is what I'm using now. But this mic gets used for baptisms. It gets used for a Sunday school class that meets in here every Sunday morning. If we have a guest speaker, this is the microphone that they will probably use, so we want quick access to that. Next, we have the pulpit. That's pretty obvious. We want quick access to that. They make announcements on it. It can be used for preaching or whatever the case may be. And then we have the pastor's microphone. So we absolutely want quick access to the pastor's microphone. So we put all of these right there on layer A, and now during a service or an event, most of everything we need is right there. So that's the reason why we do it. It just makes mixing simpler and more efficient.